Today's topic is an awesome topic, Gary. And the reason it's an awesome topic is, in my experience working with dental practices going back to 2007, the ones who are working the least, many of them tend to have a practice that also specializes on high value services. In other words, most of them are general dentists. They have an awesome practice when it comes to lifelong patients who become family, and their kids and the grandkids also come into the practice, but also they are able to provide these high value services, meaning, anywhere from, I define a high value service as anywhere from, let's say, $3,000 to $50,000. It could be an entire smile makeover, could be, a $10,000 case, could be Invisalign. There's all kinds of high value services. Even like somebody who has been ignoring dentistry for a long time because they're afraid to go to a dentist, and you make that experience painless with sedation, for example, and they might come and get a lot of those challenges they had over time all taken care of in a few visits. So today's topic, a blueprint to grow high value services, I think is a wonderful topic. I'm glad you brought it up because why work hard when you can work smart?
Well, I think this is a topic that's going to land very nicely for many, 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 many of our listeners. Now, the truth is that a dentistry comes in many, many flavors. There's all different types of practices, and far be it from us to create any judgment around the ideal practice structure. There are some dentists that their idea of an ideal practice is doing a variety of everyday general dentistry. And again, that represents their version of an ideal practice. Dentistry comes in lots of flavors. What one dentist likes to do clinically, maybe another dentist doesn't enjoy doing. And I think that one of the pathways to really enjoying your career as a dentist is to do what it is that you enjoy. Do more of what it is that you enjoy. You're simply going to be having more fun because it's something you enjoy doing. You're going to love going out to CE courses. You'll be looking ahead of time. You're maybe thinking, hey, this coming June, I'm going to be going out to this course. I can't wait. I'm having a countdown, to go out to the Pankey Institute in Key Biscayne, or to see our friends at Spear Education, or maybe go up to the Coyce Center up in Seattle. Get excited about this, or maybe to take a course from Dr. Hornbrook. Can't wait to go to Utah and take David's hands-on functional aesthetics course. So I really think that the word that I'd like you to start thinking of is to develop a more intentional practice, an intentional practice. An intentional practice is one that you're designing and you're creating instead of just treating what walks through the door. And what I'm going to do in this episode, the title is called The Blueprint to Grow High Value Services. What I'm going to do is I'm going to use a particular example. An example that I'm going to use is cosmetic dentistry. Now, please know that this blueprint can absolutely be applied to anything that we would consider high value services. That can be applied to Invisalign, adult orthodontics. It could be applied to complex restorative dentistry. It could be applied to growing the treatment of TMD, TMJ in your practice. It could be growing more of oral conscious sedation patients in your practice. Perhaps you're excited about diagnosing and treating OSA, obstructive sleep apnea. And that high value service is something you'd like to grow. So everything I'm going to talk about can be applied and adapted to that particular high value service. But I'm going to use cosmetic dentistry as an example throughout this coaching and action segment. Now, I'm going to suggest 6 very specific strategies as part of your blueprint. We're doing this now with our clients. We're using a blueprint in our coaching to create the results that we want to occur. We come up with goals. Those are all individually calibrated to our clients. And then we have a specific blueprint that we develop to achieve that goal. And it's very much like the architectural process that if you're going to build a house, the first thing you're going to do is, have a goal. What kind of a house do you want? What are some features you'd like, and so on. Once you have that developed, you go to an architect then to develop the blueprint, and then your builder executes the plans from the architect to end up with a finished house that you desire. we're using that format in our coaching. So BluePrint, I'm going to introduce 6 elements that should be part of your blueprint to growing the cosmetic dentistry component of your practice. Number 1, strategy number 1, you've got to have the skills on the shelf. You have got to be confident that you can help your patients with cosmetic dentistry. And you've got to have the skills on the shelf first. You know, Dr. Pankey said that if you were, as a dentist, to achieve your full potential as a dentist, you needed to know 4 things. Number 1, you need to know yourself. Number 2 is you need to know your work. Number 3 is you need to know your patient. And number 4 is you need to apply your knowledge. The concept of number 2, know your work, is having the skills on the shelf. Naren, imagine if I'm presenting cosmetic dentistry to you and I haven't done any cases.
Yes.
Imagine I'm a dentist presenting cosmetic dentistry to you. And I say something like, you know, Naren, I think we might be able to help you with, you know, you mentioned that you didn't like the shape of your teeth and the color of your teeth, and you really felt like it was something that could be improved. I think we could help you. What's landing on your mind as I'm saying that, Naren?
I just don't believe that I see confidence. And I mean, I guess the way I think about it is confidence is kind of like in a good way, it's like an infection. It can, like, the confidence goes from one person, you, the dentist, to your patient. If you are not confident, that lack of confidence is also an infection.
It is. It's an infection. But, you know, go back to your first job. In my case, I was 12 years old.
Yeah.
And imagine, I don't know when your first job was. I imagine it was as a teen sometime, Naren, maybe in your teenagehood or young adulthood. And imagine going to apply for the job and the interviewer says, you need experience. Well, I don't have any experience. I want to get the job, so I have some experience. Right? It's a catch. It's like the banker that says, well, we'll loan you the money if you don't need it.
Yeah, if you have the money, we'll give it to you. You don't have
well, if I had the money, I wouldn't be here asking for a loan. Well, it's a bit of a catch-22.
Yeah.
But you need to have the skills on the shelf. You need to have those. I'm going to talk more about that. So you need to have the skills. So you can say to the patient, Naren, you mentioned that you'd like to improve your smile. I love many parts of dentistry, but what I really, really love doing is helping our patients have the smile of their dream. I get excited about going to postgraduate CE on this. And let me show you some patients we've helped have the smile of their dream. Very different discussion there, right? So I'm showing you the experience that I have.